Hey everyone, Mark Maker here with another speed drawing. Now, a while ago I went on my community tab and other social media requesting you guys, my fans, to ask me questions for a Q&A special to celebrate 30k subscribers. Now I'm at 35k, and I think it's about time I keep my promise to make this video. I decided to pick out the 10 questions I liked the best. But unfortunately, seeing as I wrote down these questions a while ago, it's pretty impossible now for me to go back and find who asked each question. So if you hear a question and you're the one who wrote it, well, you know who you are. With that out of the way, let's get started with my 35k Q&A subscriber special. Question 1. When did you start animation? I started animation roughly around 2010 on a different YouTube account. Now, keep in mind, I was only around 14 to 15 years old at the time, and I was not very good, but that was my starting point. If you're interested in seeing how I started out and how I grew to the skill level I'm at today, I highly recommend checking out my 2010 to 2019 animation showcase video. Link will be in the description. Question 2. What made your Sona have a galaxy aesthetic? Well, the first time I drew my space Sona, it was heavily inspired by a popular artist at the time who was then known as Rebornica. Of course, since that time, Rebornica's garnered a bit of infamy in the FNAF/art communities, and I stopped following them years ago, but the space theme just seemed to stick with me. And since I still like drawing myself all spacey, I decided, you know, I can still have a space Sona. So that's how that happened. Question 3. What is your inspiration? Oh gosh, a lot of people inspire me, from friends to other YouTubers. Darkbox inspires me to keep making the content I want to make, even if not a lot of people will watch everything I make. And Roxas inspires me to make gameplay stuff. Both of them inspire me to try streaming more. And as for art and animation stuff, the YouTubers who inspired me the most are Kitty Dog, Sleepy Kink, Ice Colo, Chaos55T, and Jaden Animations. But bottom line, I make all of my content for me because I like putting out what I want to see. The fact that others like it too is just a bonus. Question 4. What's your favorite fandom? I have 3 favorite fandoms. The first is The Legend of Zelda, just because I've been playing the game since as far back as I can remember. I can remember trying to make Deku shields out of cardboard and buying green clothes so I could cosplay Link when I was less than 10 years old. And as I got older and entered fandom culture, the rest of the Zelda community has been super awesome and full of amazing content creators. My second favorite fandom is Homestuck, because that's what really got me started getting into fandom culture in the first place. I'd been to anime cons and stuff before, but I never really got involved in groups or was interested in panels until the Homestuck fandom started turning them into big, fun events where everyone can get involved. Yeah, it had its growing pains in the beginning, but as the fandom's gotten older, I think it's turned into a good role model for what other fandoms should be all about, which is community and sharing each other's happiness. My final favorite fandom is Five Nights at Freddy's, just because it's so admirable to me that it's an indie game that one man put together. It was something that had fallen flat on its face on Kickstarter, and it became basically a cultural icon. It's amazing to me the dedication and creativity of the FNAF fandom, even if it can be a bit, obnoxious sometime. Percy in Springtrap comment section. What? I didn't say anything. Next question. Question 5. What inspired Percy in Springtrap? Alright, I've been asked this a few times before, so I'm gonna try to make this brief and have this be the last time I discuss this particular question. Percy in Springtrap actually existed long before the blog was even made. It started out as a simple roleplay between me and my platonic soulmate for life, Sierra. The premise was simple. What would have happened if Springtrap was in the FNAF 2 restaurant? In the beginning, Percy was entirely based on the canon puppet, since we didn't know jack shit about the puppet way back then. But as time passed, he evolved into his own original character separate from his base inspiration. And, of course, the story of Percy in Springtrap has evolved into something I never thought it could become. So thank you all so much for helping to make it what it is today. Question 6. What programs do you use for your art and animations? For my art, I used to use Paint Tool Sci, pirated of course, but I moved on to MetaBang because it has a text tool and is largely easier for me to work with. For animations, 99% of the time I use Camtasia to tween the drawings I make in MetaBang, but every once in a blue moon I'll use Adobe Animate or Flip-a-Clip to make a little frame-by-frame animation base. I want to try to do more frame-by-frame animation in the future, but I'll have to ease myself into those waters at my own pace. Question 7. What kind of tablet do you use? I use a Wacom Intuos CTL 6100 tablet. It's very small and doesn't have a screen, so I'm hoping one day I can save up enough money to get me one of those big boy screen tablets I can draw right on. I've heard from Jinja Ninja OWO that a Cintiq Companion 2 is a good option, so I'll consider options similar to that once I have enough money to start looking at a new tablet. Question 8. Who are your favorite OCs? My favorite OCs I've made are Claude the Clown, Bowie the Rainbow Quartz, and Esme the Phoenix. I kinda want to redesign them soon, so if you all are interested in a speed drawing of that, feel free to leave a comment and let me know. Question 9. How did you discover that you're trans? Long story short, sometime in my junior year of high school, something started feeling not right about the way I was presenting myself. I talked with my therapist about it, and she recommended I try using a different name and pronouns around my friends. When I did, I actually found that I felt a lot better about myself. At first, I thought I was just gender fluid, but I became more and more uncomfortable having to present myself as my birth gender. So I started going by Mark full-time, and I've been super satisfied with myself ever since. I'm still in the process of transitioning though, so over the next several months and years, y'all will probably be able to hear my voice get deeper and hear about other stuff that this journey takes me through. Final question. What can you tell us about the future of Percy and Springtrap? Nothing! Absolutely nothing! And it's not that I don't want to, it's that the thing about Percy and Springtrap is it progresses on an ask-by-ask basis. Sure, there are a few plot points I want to hit, but it largely depends on the asks that I have to answer. The asks progress the story more than anything else, and since I'm not the one who asks them questions, I can't really say what the future of Percy and Springtrap holds at any given point. I'm just blindly steering the ship through rocky waters and hoping it doesn't sink. That's all for now, my beautiful starlings. If you liked what you saw, please give the video a like and a comment and share it around to your friends. If you want to help support me with a commission, there'll be 25% off until April 2nd, which is my birthday. Any little bit helps, even if you just order a sketch. For a link to my commission info and other various social medias, check out my link tree in the description. This has been Mark Maker, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!